be attentive, and you can ask the concept if you are not getting the concept. Okay, so let's start our today's session. Yesterday we have discussing the network layer. The main concept was understanding of IP address. Okay, so I am just reconnecting key how many topics we have discussed in the fourth unit, and where we are going to talk now. Okay, just wait. So in last few lectures, I was explaining the header of IP protocol. So in the IPv4, we have discussed all the field of the header. After that, we have also compared the IPv4 and IPv6. So some advancement we have discussed in the IPv6 header, and how IPv6 is much advanced than more advanced than IPv4. After that, we have started yesterday in the last lecture the concept of IP address. So now I am considering my all the students are very comfortable with the IP address. Okay, what is IP address? So we were discussing about the IPv4. So in the IPv4, it was a 32-bit address. It's worldwide unique address. We represent in a dynamic. We represent the IP address in a decimal number also, and we can convert it in binary. So I have explained how you can convert. After that, we have also covered the classful addressing. So what is the mean of classful addressing? This I was explaining yesterday. So I hope now everyone will be comfortable. There are 5 classes: A, B, C, D, and E. So how you can recognize or identify the class on the basis of binary. Then I have also explained how you can recognize or identify an IP address on the basis of decimal classification. So we can just identify by the first bit. So this classification will be clear to everyone. Why we have classified this? Because we want to find out the bifurcation of the network on the basis of net ID and host ID, and we want to define our network by the network ID and by the host ID. So that's why we have separated these classes. So in the class, everyone in the class A, everyone should be comfortable. First byte will represent the net ID, and remain 3 bytes will represent the host ID. In the class B, first 2 byte will represent the net ID, and second 2 byte will represent the host ID. And very important and most important class which we generally use in the IP address, that we call the class C. So in the class C, my first 3 bytes are going to represent the net ID, and only the last byte will represent the host ID. In the D, we have discussed on the multicasting. We have discussed on the reserve for the future, which we have decided for the E. Now, we have also discussed how many range or how many number and how many options of the IP address we have when we are bifurcating the classes. So on the basis, we are going to understand the concept, what was the benefit of these classes. So everyone is comfortable with the classes. Anyone have any doubt? Now I am going to explain why we have divided these classes. So very important concept we are going to discuss. So you will understand this. In the classful addressing, the network address is one that is going to assign to the organization. Okay, so you can just understand, if Marwadi campus and Marwadi University is one organization, and it's going to use the internet through Airtel company. Just wait. Uh, Sorry. Okay, this point you can understand. We were discussing. Marwadi campus is going to use the connection of Airtel, and Airtel is service provider. Airtel have given कि you can use the range of the network ID, and that network ID should be start by 192.168. Or I am just going to give the real life example of this. Just wait. Okay, IPv4. Please check anyone your IP address. Yes, Sunny and anyone from this class who is in the hostel, they can check your IP address.
Sir, yes, my own is a little bit different than yours.
Yes. Anyone who is using the laptop and connected to through the laptop. Yeah. Null is
Yes, sir.
saying the 10.140. Leela is saying the 119. Yeah, Kencho is saying the 10.140. Leela is saying 1196. Anyone other who is living in the hostel, can you share me your IP address?
Sir,
Okay. Yeah, Arafat.
yes, it's 10.142.103.
What you are saying, Arafat?
Actually, it is same like the novel one, but I'm trying to write in the chat, but it's not
Okay,
possible to
no
write
problem,
it.
no problem. I was just trying to explain. So what is happening, you can just consider the most of the network are going to start with the 10. Okay. So now some are going to like Matthew and Ahmed have started the IP with 10.80, 10.80. So this all what is the mean of this? So we can just consider if we are using one kind of lease line from the Airtel, so they have just decided one organization address, or the organization address of the Marwadi is 10.80 or 10 in the series of 10 dot. So we can say in the classful addressing, the network address is the one that is assigned to the organization. So now we can just consider our organization or Airtel have assigned address in the range of 10. Now given the address, please understand by this example, given the address 2356.7.91, find the network address. So how you can find the network address? So first I'm going to find out the class, which class it's belong. So it belongs to the class A. So in the class A, we know what will be the network address and how we define the network address. So in the class A, only the first byte is going to define the net ID. Then we can just find the network address by replacing the host byte with the zeros. Then there will be a network address. So if I am trying to ask anyone, if you are aware about your IP address, then you can tell me the network address of your, if we are talking about the Ahmed and we are talking about the Matthew's network address. So what will be your network address? Yeah, Matthew. So is it clear what is the mean of the network address and what is the importance of this classes? On the basis of this classes, we can just identify the network address. So that was the mean to explain all the classes. Yeah. Is it clear? Now everyone can identify the network address. Okay, now let's come on the next point. One more example is there. Given the address, this 132.6.17.85, find the network address. So now you can just find the network address of this. It's a class B IP address, and the network address of this IP address will be 132.6. One more example is there. So now given the network address, okay, I am saying the question is different. Given the network address 17.00 in the class, then you can just find out the class. If only there is a network address, we can just find out the class on the basis of this. So is it clear to everyone what is the relationship between the net ID, host ID, and network ID and IP ID? Yeah, so that's why I was explaining this all. Now let's come on the point, or it's very important notes. Okay, a network address is different from the net ID. A network address has both net ID and host ID with zeros for the host ID. So is it clear? This note is clear to everyone. The network address is different from the net ID. So everyone should clear this concept. Now I am going to ask Segni, please tell me Matthew's network ID. Yeah, Matthew, please tell me your net ID also and network ID also. Yes, Nahum, please tell me your net ID also and network ID also. Okay. Okay, okay. Okay, so I think all of you are comfortable with this. That was the main intention to explain. Now everyone have to consider this thing. Yeah, Janetu, we are talking about this. Okay. Yeah. On the basis of this net ID and host ID, we know how the classes are classified. So in every class, host ID will be there and net ID will be there. For real life example, I am trying to explain 0731250005. Okay, 0731250005. It's my previous university's number, which was situated in Indore. So if you are trying to find out this, uh, uh, you are going to follow this this landline number of that university. So you can just say these three numbers. Okay, this starting four number are going to define the code of Indore. And if in mobile we are going to talk, so 91 is going to define the code of India. Every number from which we are going to use mobile number, it will start with the 91. So what is the mean? This 91 is going to represent the net 8 and the remaining 10 bits are going to represent the host number. So now you can just consider in a network of the Indore or telephone network of the Indore, this 0731 is the code of Indore. It's going to define the network ID of Indore, and this 2500 is going to define the host number of my university. So is it clear, Jinetu? Yeah, Jinetu, I think it is it clear? Okay, so that's why how we can bifurcate the network ID and how we can bifurcate the host ID. So that's why we are using the classes. And we were discussing about how every student can recognize the network address. So network address is always going to represent like this, but the net ID is going to represent the replacement of this. So given the network address, so the network address will be like this, but the net ID is just going to represent in that way. Okay, so that I was asking. Okay, now it's one example of the simple internet. In this simple internet, number of network, what we call internet, it's a combination of number of networks. Okay, the combination of number of network we call the internet. So you can just define, or you can just see this slide and you can find out how many network we have in this diagram. Yes, it's a simple internet network IP address configuration, and I am going to ask to everyone how many network we have in this. Yeah, I will request to everyone, please spend time on this slide and please mention into the chat box how many network we have in this. We are saying it's a internet configuration, and I am going to ask you how many network we have in this. Okay, okay, okay. Yeah. So is it clear to everyone? Please, Mom, Jinetu, Neeraj. Yeah. Okay. So now on the basis you can just classify. Now, if I am talking about first network, I am considering from this place 1 to uh, 124.0.0.0. So in this, we can just say this network is going to follow the class A, and all the range of the network will come in the address with the class A. We can also say this 134, it's a class B and it's going to follow. We can just say this 200 is a number of class, just wait, this third network which we are going to discuss about the range of 200, so it's class C. So that's why everyone can just recognize through the internet now and can understand what is the IP configuration. So why I was showing this diagram, because I was trying to explain the IP address are designed with the two level hierarchy. Okay, so we have the hierarchy systems. So I'm trying to explain ki what is the mean of this two level hierarchy. In this network, a network with two level hierarchy. So everyone can understand what is the mean of two level hierarchy. If my network, if it's one of my network and this network have a range of the address, it's 141.14, and the net id is sorry, network id is this, and another network I have, it's going to start with the router r1, or the level, first level is here and the second level is here. So this hierarchy of two level is clear to everyone. Yeah, please reply. The hierarchy of two level. So can I say the router R1 is the main network, and this network which we are going to use in the child, that we are saying the network ID 141.14.00 is a sub network of the R1, or it will be it will be more clear if I am saying the R1 is a network, or there will be one network and its network ID will be like this 141, sorry, just there will be one network that we are saying the R1 network, and this R1 network will be start with the network ID of 10.0.0.0. So we can say this R1 is a parents and this network is a child. So we understand the two level hierarchy of the network, and this is the concept. We can say it's my parents network and it's my child network, so we can say it's a sub network of these parents, and this is the concept of subnetting with the two level hierarchy. So that is the concept of subnetting. Are you getting my point? So today I am going to explain the concept of subnet. So by this two level hierarchy, it will be clear. It's my parent's address or parent's IP address, and it's my child's IP address. So it's a level 1 and it's level 2. In the level 2, all the addresses will start with the class B type of, it's a class C type of IP address, and the IP address range will be like this. Just wait. Okay, sorry, all the address will be in the child will be start with the class B, and it will classify in this way. So that is the subnet. Anyone have any doubt? Yeah, Yogaraj, is it clear? Two level hierarchy. Okay, okay, Yogaraj, no problem. Yeah, so that's why I was giving the main important definition of the subnet also. Just wait. Just I have mentioned a easiest definition into the chat box. A subnetwork or subnet is a logical subdivision of an IP network. The practice of dividing a network into two or more than network is called the subnetting. Yeah, anyone have any doubt regarding this definition? If you are not going to understand this definition, I have mentioned into the chat box. Please read this definition and reply. Yeah, Arafat, is it not clear or clear? Yeah, Yograj, by this definition, is it clear? A subnetwork or subnet is a logical subdivision of the IP address. So can I say I have logically subdivide the IP address in a two level hierarchy, child hierarchy and parents hierarchy. So in the parents hierarchy, I am considering the IP address in the range of 10.0.0.0. So the parents address or all the parents network IP address will be in this range and all the child address will be in this range. So it's just a hierarchy. Okay, or it's a subdivision. So now you can say we have divided through the two IP subdivision. Why one IP is on the basis of 10 and another is on the basis of 1 4. Now in the next, if I'm going to show you the third, so the network with the three level of the hierarchy or the subnet are here in the way of three. Are you getting my point? So that is the subnetting. Yograj, is it clear? Now, if you want to understand the three level of the subnetting, so one net was just started with the router R1, or this router have a address of this 1 1. Sorry, we are considering the address of this router and all the address 141.14.00. Now, the second subnet will just, sorry, the first we have started or we are considering with the 10.0 dot zero dot zero. So all the addresses we are which are coming in the router of R1, they will just in this range, or all the routers in the range of 2 will just come at this range, and all the third level will just come at this point. So when we just subdivide the part of the network, that we call the subnetted system, and that we call the three level of the hierarchy. Is it clear, Yograj? Okay, so now you can just understand, if we are talking about the internet, so if a internet is divided in how many subnetting, how we can just identify this? Please answer this question. If I am talking about the wide area network or talking about the internet, or I am trying to recognize ki how many subnets are available into the internet, so how I can recognize? Yeah, please, Kencho, Arafat. I am trying to identify the subnets in the internet world. So how many network will be there on the basis? Yeah. That's I was Ravi. On the basis of the network, I can identify how many subnetworks are there. Now, can I ask how I can identify the subnets into the Marwadi campus? Yeah, please reply this answer. How I can find out the subnets into the Marwadi network? Arafat? I am saying in this Marwadi campus, we have four subnet. One subnet for the hostel A, one subnet for the hostel B, one subnet for the hostel C, one subnet for the main building, and one subnet for the PZ building. So how I can recognize these subnets? Okay, okay, yeah, but what about others? Arafat? Yeah, very nice. On the basis of router and on the basis of their network address. Okay, you can just say that 10.20 was assigned to the main building and 10.80 was assigned to the A block hostel. If 10.40 is going to assign, so we can just say this 20, 80 and 40 are the router on the basis of router. So that is the on the basis of subnetting. So the IP address is going to follow what is is a just a logical representation or bifurcation of the IP address. So that we call, and we follow this logical bifurcations on the basis of the class addressing. Okay, so that was the today's mean. There is one example: address in a network with and without subnet. Okay, so the without subnet, you can just consider the net ID is 141.14 and the host ID was 19.0. It was class B type of IP address. But now with the subnetting, we are just going to define the subnet by the subnet address 192 and the host ID is going to define by 192. So the same example I am going to mention in the IP address which I have write into the chat box. So what is the mean? This 20, 80 and 40 is going to define the subnetting system of the network and going to define the routers. Okay, is it clear to everyone? Anyone have any doubt regarding this subnetting? You can ask me, because this is very important concept and everyone should be comfortable. IP address, class and subnetting. Because when you will design and when you will plan the network, so the subnetting concept will be very important. Yeah, Janetu, is it clear? I think by this diagram it will be clear. It's my subnetting. So I was just considering when I was not implementing the subnet. So that time I was just considering this complete is my host number. But when I have divided the subnets, so I'm just considering this is my host ID and this is my subnet ID. Now I can just understand when the 192 and the range of 1 to 192 all will be the host ID. Now when I'm going to change this for this specific system, so 193 will be the second subnet. Yeah, here you can just understand. 0 was the one subnet and the 64 is another subnet and the 192 is another subnet and the 128 is another subnet. Are you getting my point? How the subnet is just defined by the this byte. Sarika, is it clear? Now if I am going to show you and I am not giving the different colors, so on the basis of this address or on the basis of this difference, you can just identify कि sir there are four networks. Yeah, so that is the concept of subnetting. We have just divided these subnets. Okay, so that's why I was trying to explain. It's one hierarchical model: area code, exchange code and connection code. Okay, so I think it will be clear to everyone. Yeah, So at this point, we are closing our things related to the addressing concept. In the addressing, all the concept related to the IP, related to the address, it's clear to everyone. Now we are going to shift on a next service and very important service that we call the routing service. Okay, so I will just come on this point. Okay, why why I am spending much time on this? Because in most of the engineering institute and in most of the companies, when every student is going for the interview, then they are just asking one IP address and they are asking, can you say that class, can you say the subnet, and on the basis. So it's a basic knowledge. Okay, and we always this lab tech persons who are regularly dealing with the static, and when you just visit to the ICT department and they are assigning the IP address and they are doing the configuration in your laptop, so they are doing the things practical way. But an engineer will not comfortable with this all concept, but this lab technician person, those who have completed their diploma, so they are very comfortable with the subing and all. So that's why you have to spend the time, much time, or spending the much time on that. Key basic knowledge should be clear. Okay, so now everyone can understand key. If someone is going to ask and going to show you some addresses and asking any concept related to, why this concept is important, we are trying to understand in the network layer, in the internet working, two type of things: packet switching and circuit switching. In the packet switching, datagram and virtual circuit approach we have discussed. In the next addressing, we have discussed about the header and the protocol, ki how IP protocol of and version of IPv4 and 6 work. And we have also discussed in the addressing ki how the IP address and the classful address work, and how the classful address was just going to use in a different manner. So what we have prepared till this point, so in the internet working, we have understand what will be the structure of the network. Okay, the structure may be datagram structure and structure may be virtual circuit structure. In the addressing, how the addressing will be followed and the concept of address will be implemented into the network. Now in the third level, we call the routing. So if the structure is clear, if the addresses are clear, so now we are going to find out ki how easily we can find the best path. So to find the best path in the network on the basis of internet working, on the basis of addressing, we are following the terms that we are saying the routing. Is it clear? So let's discuss the third very important, or we call the core service of the network layer, that we are saying the routing. So I will just say some definition of the routing, so everyone should be comfortable with the routing. Yeah, everyone have to go through this definition, and anyone have any doubt, then you can ask me. Okay, so by the definition, it will be clear. Routing is the process to selecting a path for the traffic in a network or between across the multiple network. So if we are going to find out the best path for the travel of the packet, which we have created in the addressing concept with the IP IP protocol. So if we are going to find out the best path for the travel into the network for delivery of source to destination, so that process we call the routing. How this routing is happen inside the network? So all the routers, those are going to play the main role into the network. They are going to define and they are going to follow the routing mechanism. So routing, yeah, Ravi, what you are asking, sir, there is any limit that how many devices should be connected to any specific router? uh, Sunny, it's depend on the capacity of routers. Okay, so you can just search different parameters we have. Yeah, just wait. Yeah, please read this. Every router have the capacity. On the basis of that capacity, we can just connect it the devices. If the routing table is not, or the buffer table is not in that way, so it will not accept the things, or the packets will just go out. So to comparing the routers, we have a capacity of the router. Is it clear, Ravi?
Yes, sir.
If I am saying you are very smart, okay, and I am saying you can talk, you can handle to 100 people at the time, so you will say, sir, my capacity is not here, I can handle the 100 people at the time. Then I will say, can you handle the 10 people at the time? Then you can say, yeah, sir, I can respond or I can reply to the 10 people. So that is the capacity of the router. Okay, yeah. So I think it will be clear to everyone what is the routing. So routing is the process to follow the selecting a path, or selecting the best path into the network. So that we call the routing. Now how routers are going to follow or going to select the best path. So there are some processes that we are going to discuss about the routing techniques. Okay. So how this router follow this thing. Okay, we will start this new topic tomorrow onwards or in the next lecture, because today I have already, yeah, that's sufficient for today. Okay, we are going to discuss or going to start the routing fresh in the next lecture. Okay, so till this point, if anyone have any doubt, then you can ask me. From my side, I am going to end the session.